Hi, my name is Heather Harris, and I want to find out, what do you say when you find out that your best friend of like 10 years is an atheist? Like, best friend of like 10 years is an atheist. Atheist, yeah. Yeah, that's where I found myself. I was on vacation with my girlfriend, our families, and we're sitting in the hotel room probably about 2 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden she throws this bombshell that she doesn't believe in God. I'm like, you what? I hadn't even heard of that. I hadn't thought of it. It was never a question. In hindsight, I end up thinking that that's probably a reflection of where my Christianity walk was back then. So she says something to the effect of, it's like you trying to tell me, or me trying to tell you that Santa Claus is real. You know Santa Claus isn't real, so that's the same thing you're doing to me. You're trying to tell me that this Jesus is real, and I know he's not. Heather, if I told you the sky was green, would you believe me? And I'm like thinking, no. So it made me question my Christianity because I did not have a good reason for why I'm a Christian. So now I'll take you back. 10 years old, about, I walked the walk of salvation in my little Baptist church. All my other friends did it, different times. This one Sunday I decided to raise my hand because I'm going to get baptized. But in hindsight, my Christianity started and ended right there. I did nothing else with it. I went ahead and lived my life. Didn't go to church anymore after 8th grade. Not because of any reason, just my mom didn't take me to church, so I didn't go to church. So I went ahead and did high school, did college, got married, had children. All of this without going to church. Still adamantly professing I'm a Christian, because I'm not saying that I wasn't, but I didn't do anything with it. My daughter was in 3rd grade-ish, and she decides to spend the night at a friend's house. The friend asked if she could get on the bus ministry with her the next day and go to a little Baptist church over in Warren. And I said, sure. I wasn't going to church, sure. So she goes to church. Then that day she comes home and I'm like, did you have fun? And she said, yeah, I want to go back next week. And I'm thinking, I'm a Christian. I was raised in the church. I lived with the pastor of the church for 2 years. How can I let my daughter go to a church that I don't even know what they're teaching? I don't know what they believe or anything. So I told her, you can't go back until I go with you. And she said, okay. So the next week, I get up and go. So go to church with her. I'm like, I need to be going to church. Nothing about the service impressed me, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I still wasn't getting anything out of it, but at that point I realized I needed to be checking a box every Sunday. I needed to be going, at least so that I can say I'm going, I'm a Christian. Now, this time is about the same time that I had this trip with my girlfriend and found out she was an atheist, and she wrecked my whole world for, am I really a Christian? What do I believe? Is Jesus real? If Muhammad is real and Jesus is real and they say conflicting stuff, how do I know mine is real? Because there's half the nation that's believing theirs is real. So what makes mine true? So I started going on this quest. I've got to figure out if Jesus is real. My parents taught me that. I said, okay, I believed it, but did I really believe it? Because I didn't do anything with it. So I started going on the internet every night and looking up all the different religions, Buddhist, Judaism, everything, Jehovah's Witness. I was trying to figure out, is my God true? Is my Jesus true? So I did all of that. As I did that, some guy at work said, Heather, you know what? I feel like I should start teaching a Bible study. You want to come and I'll teach you guys about the original Christianity. And I'm like, sure. So we started meeting at the coffee shop, and then he started teaching me about Judaism and all that stuff. Another guy at work said, you know what? We have a Wednesday Bible study. You want to come with us? It's a Christian Bible study. I'm like, sure. Around that same time, The Passion of the Christ was out. So I was like on fire. I was trying to learn everything. I was eating everything up. And everything that I read pointed to the fact that all these other religions believe the same thing we believe in a version, except for Jesus. That's what I found. And I'm like, if all of them are talking about the flood, all of them are talking about, and they believe Jesus is a person, then I was having a dislinkage on why they didn't believe in Jesus when they believe in all the other things. So, long story short, I ended up being fully convinced that Jesus was real. Fully convinced in my heart. My girlfriend started asking questions too, the one that's an atheist, because I'm just like searching and looking and stuff. And 5 years later, she got saved, became a Christian, all because I finally got the desire in my heart to find out that Jesus was real. Just living my life saying that I was a Christian was doing me no good. I got saved just to wait and die and have that safety cushion that I was a Christian and I was going to heaven. I did nothing with my walk from the time I was 10 to the time I was 30. And that's a reflection on me and a poor reflection on me. And I want to make sure that we can always say we can answer the call when someone asks us, why are you a Christian? We need to be able to say why we're Christian and know fully committed that we are. Because just saying you're Christian to say it will do you no good in the end, and it's not affecting anyone in your surroundings. All you're affecting is yourself, if even that. So that's my testimony.